Hello once again, everybody. We're at the Ohio Farm Bureau Federation's annual meeting in Columbus. I'm visiting with Policy Counsel Leah Curtis. Leah, it's good to have you with us to discuss something that's very important to the agricultural community and something that's taken, several months, maybe a couple of years to put together. It's the success that agriculture has had with CAUV. We have some viewers that aren't really directly tied to agriculture. Can you explain what the situation was in the policy that was passed?
Sure. So CAUV is a property tax program that values land for its agricultural use. It helps keep farmers on their land and preserves farmland in the state. And what we had seen happen in the last several years was farmers saw their property taxes go up about 300% on average. And that is a big jump to have in your property taxes for anyone, but particularly with those razor-thin margins that farmers have. And at the same time, they were seeing much lower crop prices. So we worked with the legislator to make some changes to the calculation that's used to come up with those values to make sure that they are the most accurate and that they're based on actual farm data as it was intended when this policy was passed back in the 1970s.
Now, of course, with agriculture, we don't have a constant, and from year to year we'll have some peaks and valleys. And does this legislation, the new legislation, try to take that into consideration?
Yeah, so the programs always recognize that agriculture is going to have dips and spikes in its economy. What this legislation does is make sure that all of the dips and spikes that happen in CAUV are related to the farm economy. So they're the things that farmers are actually experiencing on their land is what is actually affecting their property taxes.
Now, this is something that farmers from the ground, the roots of agriculture have worked on. It took a lot of farmers throughout the state of Ohio to help put this together. And at the same time, one of the lead organizations was the Ohio Farm Bureau.
Yeah, so our grassroots are a wonderful tool in making sure that we get things done for agriculture. And what happened was we talked with our grassroots, and our members and our board members all talked to their legislators about what they'd seen on their farm. And that's really what makes the difference, were those thousands of calls and letters and that hard work put in by our members to make sure that their legislators and elected officials understood what was happening on their farms and what needed to be done to fix it.
Of course, other organizations did assist with that overall effort. Now, as I understand it, there still needs to be things done for next year's, when you look back at 2017, because of the paperwork that maybe got done or didn't get done. And do farmers need to do something for next year?
Yes, so one part of that reform was conservation land is valued at the lowest value for CAUV. If you're on the 2017 reappraisal, you do need to talk with your auditor and make sure you certify that acreage so your auditor knows that you have that on your property. If you're in a 2018 reappraisal or update or 2019, you don't need to do it right away, but when you get your renewal form for CAUV, you'll see that on your form and you'll need to note that acreage at that time.
Okay. It probably, to some of our viewers, sounds a little complicated. If they would have a little bit of, a few questions or would like to get some more information about the overall policy and the success of the new CAUV, what should they do to get that info?
So we would love for them to visit our website, ofbf.org. We have lots of information there. We have several podcasts as well as fact sheets that people can read to help them understand, and we'll always be happy to help them with any questions that they might have.
Very good. Leah Curtis has been our guest. Leah, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
And stay with us. Back with more right after this.